Moving on in the bulletin, is the Trump-Kim summit still on? Yes, says Donald Trump. The US president has said that, and I quote, willing to do a lot and offer North Korean leader Kim Jong-un protection if he were to commit an agreement at the very first between a US president and a North Korean leader. In fact, Trump has contradicted his own national security advisor John Bolton by saying that he is not considering the so-called Libyan model for dismantling North Korea's nuclear program. That suggestion by the John Bolton had angered the North, which threatened to pull out of the summit with Trump on the June 12th in Singapore. Listen to the US president.
There was no deal to keep Gaddafi. The Libyan model that was mentioned was a much different deal. This would be with Kim Jong-un, something where he'd be there, he'd be in his country, he'd be running his country. His country would be very rich. His people are tremendously industrious. If you look at South Korea, this would be really a South Korean model in terms of their industry, in terms of what they do. They're hardworking, incredible people. But the Libyan model was a much different model. We decimated that country. We never said to Gaddafi, oh, we're going to give you protection, we're going to give you military strength, we're going to give you all of these things. We went in and decimated.
So I'm joined by my colleague Surya Gangadharan from the newsroom. Surya, is there a method behind this madness, if I have to put it bluntly?
Well, I think there's an element of madness on both sides. One, the fact that Trump is an untested politician. He's a professional businessman. And he's getting to something like this without perhaps clearly thinking it through. Even so, he has got some heavyweight advisors on his side who have come with fairly clear ideas about what they want North Korea to do. North Korea, for its part, seems to have decided that it has certain trump cards that it can play. And notably, these include the fact that it's got a nuclear arsenal that has been tested a number of times, some of them successfully. And it feels that it can get its view across with some success. So let's see what happens.
But then, do you think that these statements will inspire confidence in those who are committed to the talks which are supposed to be held 12th of June next month?
Well, there's nothing to suggest right now that the talks will be called off. Trump has played down the kind of remarks that are coming from Pyongyang. And John Bolton, his national security advisor, who triggered the entire controversy, has been keeping quiet. So one presumes that these talks will go forward. Both sides are committed to it. And we haven't heard from Kim Jong-un that he's going to cancel it. So presumably it's on.
Lastly, before I let go of you, my question was, apart from the fact that they are still committed to it, do you think that the North Korea will be open to the idea of complete denuclearization, which the Americans have been talking about?
Well, I think that's really the million-dollar question here. Exactly what does the North define by denuclearization? And they've given every indication so far that for them nuclear weapons are a deterrent. It's a guarantee of regime survival. Does the US see that way? Certainly not. I mean, they are clear that North Korea must dismantle. So somewhere the two sides have to move forward. There has to be some compromise. And that's really where the question marks really come up.